of the interwebs, it is I, Chris Gonzalez, your favorite West Coast Avenger. And for this video, I'm starting a new series of videos that I plan on releasing every Tuesday, and I'm calling it Trade Talk Tuesdays, where I go over one or maybe multiple trade paperbacks that are in my collection that I am reading. And for episode 1, I'm going to be going over Assorted Crisis Events, Volume 1, and it is published by Image Comics, and the writer is Deniz Camp. Artist is Eric Zawadzki, the colorist is Jordi Belair, and the letterer is Hassan Otsmane El Hau. And please correct me if I'm mispronouncing his name. But yeah, this collects issues 1 through 5 of Assorted Crisis Events. So I've been hearing great things about this book, and I didn't collect it in singles, but I got the trade because I've been hearing such great things, and Deniz Camp is one of my new favorite writers. He's probably out of the up and coming and rising stars in writing. He's up there, and he's also writing on Marvel's The Ultimates and DC's Absolute Martian Manhunter, and he's killing it on both titles. But yeah, so I wanted to check this out, and this is a sci-fi anthology series, and I'm going to read the back excerpt on the back of the book. So, time is having a crisis. Mingling in the red light district, you can find actual cavemen, medieval knights, and cyborg soldiers on leave from World War IV. Victorian debutants, I'm probably mispronouncing that word, amble their way into cell phone stores, confused and bewildered. What is a data plan? On their way to work, bleary-eyed commuters get trapped in time loops, get assaulted by alternate reality versions of themselves, and try to avoid post-apocalyptic wastelands. And look, the 315 bus just took a wrong turn into the Neolithic era. So again, Deniz Camp and Eric Zawadzki and Eisner winners Jordi Belair and Hassan Otsmane El Hau are proud to present Assorted Crisis Events. And like I mentioned, it is a anthology series, so anybody can jump in on any issue, and there isn't like an overarching main plot, but they do in issue 5 it does tie in with other issues. But this series, man, it's worth all the hype, and it backs up all the praise it's been getting, man. Like the artwork, the coloring, just the story, just the creativity. And I will have to be reading this multiple times because this is a deep book. It's very thought-provoking. Deniz Camp, he uses this sci-fi setting as a way to have a discussion on society's pressures and traumatic events that people go through, and how it affects our psyche and how we perceive reality. And it's just, overall, this is a great book, and it's very hard to describe, but it's very like timelines get blended in with each other. You don't know what's real, what's not. And yeah, just the first issue is about a woman. She lives outside of a movie set, and they're called, what are they called? There's a specific term that they use in the book that they're called atypical temporal phenomena, and that's like all the multiversal calamities that are happening. That's what they're called in these stories. Atypical temporal phenomenon. And again, very, very thought-provoking. And yeah, the first issue, it was pretty cool, and the artwork by Eric Zawadzki is just stellar. And there's some way that the panel layouts in this book are just really creative, especially in the issue 5, and I'll go over that. But yeah, I'm going to show you some of the artwork. So the first page, and yeah, just excuse the dogs that are barking outside. They're very loud, and I'm not going to record this because this is the second time I had to record this. But yeah, just very, man, Deniz Camp is just killing it on everything he writes, and I will be, this series is, I believe it's an ongoing series now, which is definitely well deserving, and I'm just loving this. So the first issue, yeah, this woman, she's going through, just trying to live her normal daily life, and yeah, she's going through this movie set, but you know, timelines are converging with one another. Again, she doesn't know what's real, what's not. And yeah, and the second issue was very heartbreaking, but let's go back to the first. I just love, she's losing her mind, she's ready to commit suicide or just fall in this, what she perceives as a chasm, and it's actually just a painted straight. And yeah, so it's just very like, the first issue was like what's real, what's not, and then the second issue was very heartbreaking. And if you're an animal lover, then it might be hard for you to read, but yeah, it's about, the second issue is about this guy who, you know, works in this meat factory, and his father worked in the meat factory. His father like accidentally falls into the meat grinder, and it's just, this guy gets so desensitized by killing cattle, like it affects his psyche, and he like reminisces about his childhood, and yeah, it's just, it's very sad. Like, I'm not sure what Deniz Camp's views are on, I'm not sure if he's even vegetarian, but it seems like it's a commentary on just the like slaughterhouses and all of that. So it's very intense. So this issue was, I think, one of my favorites. And then the third issue is about, you know, it focuses, you know, since this series involves the multiverse and multiple realities, this one focuses on two worlds that are parallel with each other. One of them is on the brink of collapse, it's dying, and so survivors of that dying world come across this multiversal gateway, and they jump into a parallel world, and they try to assimilate in that world and try to live with their doppelgangers. And this issue was very political. Hearth 1 and Hearth 2. So yeah, this is issue 3. I like this issue as well. And again, the artwork by Zawadzki and the colors by Jordan Belair are just incredible. And I like how one page covers Earth 1, one page covers Earth 2, and just a very creative way of storytelling, and just goes over how people for Earth 2 have to deal with the people from Earth 1. And the fourth issue is about, you know, how time flies, and like in a blink of I believe what I got from issue 4 is life is so short, and 1 minute you're a teenager and you're going through college, and the next you're an old man, and like, where does the time go? There's also commentary on, smoking cigarettes and how that affects your overall health, and how the cigarette industry like really doesn't care about you. That might not have anything to do with the story, but it just goes over this guy. Time flies, pretty much, is the motto of this issue, and it goes through his whole life. He marries a woman that he doesn't necessarily love, but just because he has kids with her, so he decides to stay with her, and he's actually a closeted man. He sleeps with a man, and I guess, sleeps with a man, and his marriage dissolves, and it keeps skipping forward, like instantly. He ages rapidly, and it's just moral for the whole premise is time flying really fast. And there's one constant character that's throughout all 5 issues, and it's this old man. So I'm not sure how he plays into the bigger story, but he's also on the cover, so I believe he does have something of a major part to play, so we'll have to find out. But issue 5 though was really crazy. So issue 5, last issue of the trade, and it's about this girl. She's about 12 or 13. She gets like paralyzed, and she's laying on the ground in her home. Her parents are freaking out, and she's stuck in like a time loop, and she's constantly reliving this argument that her parents have where there's some domestic violence, and she's like stuck in there, and in her mind millions of years go by, but then she suddenly breaks out of the time loop, and she's back laying on the ground as a kid, but she feels that time loop that she was in was real, and that she just mentally like is traumatized by reliving that horrible events. And then she goes to multiple therapists, multiple psychiatrists, and specialists, and they keep telling her that it's nothing, it's just a symptom of her traumatic event that she went through, and that she gets prescribed all these pills, and that's pretty much it's a subtle commentary on mental health and what our medical system here in America, like, instead of actually like diagnosing what's actually wrong with someone, they rather just prescribe them these pills that patients can get addicted to. And it's very, very insightful issue. And so pretty much the girl, she's reliving this moment here, and then this issue in particular, the panel layouts and how they constructed them was really creative. At one point, because again, she's stuck in a time loop, you have to read it a certain way, and I did get a little lost trying to follow, but then I got used to it, so I will have to reread. I'm going to definitely reread this trade as the series continues, but yeah, so it's really creative, and like you actually have to flip the whole book in certain pages to read it. And I just thought, maybe it's been done before in other comics, but this is the first time that I've read where it's like that. So like this, you would read it and then just follow it until you get to the middle, and it's just so creative, and yeah, this book deserves all the praise that it's been getting, and I recommend this book. Like, and I understand why some people say that this is the best comics that they've read. Another crazy layout, double page spread. So shout out to Deniz Camp, man. You're just I think you're killing it in all the titles that you're working on right now. So again, this is Assorted Crisis Events by Image Comics. Get volume 1, and yeah, highly recommend. So yeah, that was it. Those were my thoughts on that book. So next week, the next series of trades I'm going to be going over, in celebration of the upcoming film Predator Badlands, I'm going to be doing the 3 Predator versus miniseries by Benjamin Percy. The first one, again, is Predator versus Wolverine, and then the second one is Predator versus Black Panther, and then the third one is Predator versus Spider-Man. And I can't wait to read them. I know that there's a current series going on right now, and all these series are 4 issues, but there's another one that Benjamin Percy is writing, and it's Predator Kills the Multiverse? It's Predator Kills the Marvel Universe. So I'm going to wait till that gets collected in a trade. So I won't be reviewing that, but I'm going to be reviewing the 3 prior series. And so yeah, that's going to be my next one. And also I'm going to be it's not going to be a trade, but it's another, at the end of each month, I'm going to be doing an overview and share my thoughts on one omnibus or one complete collection that I have. And since Halloween is coming up, I'm not going to have it by Halloween, but by the end of November, I'm going to be going over, in celebration of Halloween, I'm going to be going over Batman by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. This collects some of the greatest Batman stories of all time, including The Long Halloween, its sequel Dark Victory, and some other series. So this is going to be the first omnibus that I'm going to be going over. So expect that video probably by the end of November, and then I'll reveal the next omnibus or next complete collection that I'm going to be reading. So yeah, that was it. So thank you. I appreciate you. For those who watched the video, I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. If you read Assorted Crisis Events, tell me what you think. Share your thoughts with me in the comments below. And yeah, just again, thank you for your time. And yeah, it's been fun. So take care. Peace out.